is the second part of my interview with Khalid Al Madani from Platformit. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, please check the link on the description of this video and watch, as we had a very nice conversation about the definition of a multi-sided platform. Otherwise, stay here as we are going to talk about network effects.
One point that you mentioned, which is very relevant and important for the scalability of platform business model, is the network effect. Can you explain what the network effect is?
Okay, now we are talking. This is actually, I must thank you for this question, because I personally have a personal issue with the network effect. I don't like the way that we are defining network effect. I don't like the way that we are treating network effect. There is a huge deficiency. Okay, maybe this is a little bit an audacious statement, but allow me to a little bit explain my viewpoint and my position. Let's start with giving a definition, a very basic, simple definition from Investopedia. Investopedia, for example, define network effect as a phenomenon whereby the increased number of people or participants improve the value of the good or service. And honestly speaking, the vast majority of the definition is actually surrounding the same concept or giving the same output. And if we think about the definition itself, we will immediately see that the true potential of network effect is getting compressed, is getting suffocated by such simple, straightforward, generic definition, which, by the way, this is the paradox. The network effect is a concept, is coming on top of a new model, but the definition is derived from like 100 years ago, and broadband and telephone and the so-called, let's say, Reeds, Metcalfes, and Sarnoff, which is all respected way of looking at network effect. But I believe the concept itself must evolve. We cannot accept keeping the network effect concept as it is. So first of all, I think network effect is not a phenomenon, as in most of the definition. Network effect is our collective behavior. It's a living thing. It's us. It's me. It's you. It's the host. It's the guest. It's the driver. It's the rider, the video creator, the video viewer, etc. Second, the network effect is not merely a derivative of the platform itself, and we will elaborate a little bit on this point. The network effect is not a supplement that merely sitting there to enhance the existing product or the service provided by the platform. This is a huge limitation to the potential of network effect. So let's just start by just simply saying network effect is a rich fertilizer that can unearth, it can discover, it can make a new value rather than just cosmetically enhance an existing value. So a year ago, I was encouraged by James Currier to dig deeper into the network effect concept. And actually I did very passionately. And I believe I came across a different perspective, which I would like to share it with you and with the startup community. In fact, I wrote lengthy article about it, but we don't have the time. So what I will do, I very briefly will jump into explaining this concept. And I will start with a famous saying by Sangeet Paul Chaudhry. I'm sure that most of the people who are interested in platform thinking and design, they came across this famous saying in a way or another, where he said, we are not in the business of building software, we are in the business of enabling interaction. So what I did, I extracted the two last words enabling interaction. And I felt when I looked at it in isolation that Sangeet is actually embedding a Da Vinci code between these two words. So when you look at enabling interaction, the enabling part is about the platform. The enabling part is about what the platform can provide. The enabling part is the propriety of the value chain of the platform. This is the job to be done, to be provided by the platform. However, on the other hand, interaction, the word itself has nothing to do with the platform. Interaction is about us, the people on top of the platform, the people on top, the definition that we started with, the economic architecture, who come with the intention to create value. And someone should own this. And here I coined the term network chain, not network effect, network chain. So the network chain come on top of the platform. It's not the propriety of the platform. However, the platform is responsible about the network chain. And then the network chain actually govern our collective behavior. So let me give you now, in order to solidify the concept, let me give you a very simple example. Let's take Instagram. And I will start by just putting the first concept here. Instagram, below Instagram, the platform, we have a value chain. This value chain is responsible of creating the value proposition. Easy, simple. On top, Instagram has something else. It's responsible of a network chain. And that network chain is actually the thing that produces the network effect. So what I want to come out of this, let's say the lesson number one, that the network effect is the end product of the network chain and not the platform itself. So let's now a little bit dig deeper. So I have in front of me here a slide, because I think we need to explain this through some sort of a sketch or a mechanism. So maybe later on you, Gustavo, can share this with the audience. Again, Instagram, we have users, producer of value, consumer of value. And we have on bottom of this platform, we have a value chain. The platform itself on the value chain. And the value chain, the job of the value chain is to address what we want, the user, the producer, and the consumer. So let's focus on what we want. So the value chain is there to make sure and to fulfill this what. So if I am a producer of value on Instagram, what I want from Instagram to enable me to post my filtered picture. This is the job to be done. And this is the value chain mandate. This value chain try to make this job to be done efficient, effective, recurring, repeatable whenever I want. On the other side, if I am the consumer of value on Instagram, the value chain will help me to view the relevant picture based on my preference. So this is happening on the platform level. However, behind, and this is very important, behind every what, behind the what, there is a much, much deeper concept. There is a much, much deeper, let's say, objective. There is why. So behind every what, there is a why. I want to upload my filtered picture. This is the one, what I want. But why I want to upload it, this is a totally different story. This is a spectrum of objective. This is a spectrum of separate and sometimes related jobs to be done. And as far as I know, there is no single value chain today on earth that can accommodate to millions of people whys. The value chain can only address one or two jobs to be done, but the value chain cannot address my why. So for example, if I am a producer of value on Instagram, what I want, as we said, is to post my picture. But why I want to post my picture, maybe I want, for example, to teach other people. Maybe I want to use it as a marketing tool. Maybe I want to start my business. Maybe I want to share some experience. The sky is the limit. On the other side, if I am the consumer of value on Instagram, what I want is to view picture. But why I want to view picture, there is again like 1,000 shades of reason why I want to view the picture. Maybe I want to get inspired by someone. Maybe I want simply to just socialize or find new friends. Or maybe some people, they even want to find their second half. So the point here is that who is responsible about the why? And here we can clearly see that the network chain is coming in the picture. And the network chain enables the network effect actually to help us to reach our why that comes behind the what. And in this regard, I created some sort of a tool that can actually put it like some sort, give it some sort of like a flesh on the bone or a skin on your body in terms of actually visualize what we are saying. The tool actually is putting the network effect as a skeleton. And by reconfiguration, the feature of the network effect, you can change so many things. And we can open like a new frontier of thinking. Imagine today the so-called vertical integration, horizontal integration. This is happening on a value chain level when two companies, they acquire each other. Imagine tomorrow, we have the same thing, but on collaboration level, like horizontal collaboration, vertical collaboration, but it's not happening on the value chain, it's happening on the network chain. So you don't need to merge, you just need to open like an API with another platform and allow the two network chain to utilize the two network effects to work together and be like as a bridge. But this is, as we said, this is a much deeper context that we can maybe one day, or you can put like a link to it so that the startup community, they can dig into it. Then if we are convinced that yes, we have a value chain and we have a network chain, then the most important job for a platform to do is actually to integrate these two chains and allow the value chain to learn from the experiences that taking place within the network chain and allow the network chain to benefit from the value chain in terms of tools, functionality, and enhancement. And by doing then the platform can integrate to the end user, to the producer and consumer in much more effective way. I hope, I think I've talked a lot about the network chain, but I hope at least I managed to give you that, okay, there is a different perspective. We might a little bit need to have a better utilization of the network effect, starting by changing the basic simple definition that is not allowing the network effect to use its full potential.
Excellent, Khalid. I really like this definition. I think it was a very comprehensive content, and people will reflect about, especially I like when you say that the network effect is the product of the network chain. Because sometimes we think the network chain just happened by itself, but it's actually the job of the network orchestrator to make sure that chain is in place, correct?
Exactly.
Good.
You put your finger on the heart of this lengthy debate.
Excellent. Very well.
Please watch part 3 of this video as we are going to discuss about the chicken or the egg problem. The link is on the description of this video.